What's going on, folks? Johnny P here again. I just wanted to make a video about expectations versus reality when it comes to the carnivore diet. I know a lot of people have a ton of videos out there as to what you can expect, from the carnivore diet and all that good stuff. But from my perspective, of course, every video that I do is solely based on my perspective. But from my perspective, my reality has far exceeded what my expectations were. Honestly, when I first went into this, I thought that, I was going to feel, terrible in the very beginning. I was just, it was going to be too much for me to be able to, do this and make it a lifestyle as opposed to just a diet, which it started out, for me as just a diet, I almost felt like it was like a magic pill, but it's really not. There's no such thing as a, trying to lose a ton of weight really fast. This does help, but you have to put in the work for it. But yeah, so in the beginning, whenever I first started this diet, it was really like I was expecting to feel terrible, which I mean I didn't feel 100%, if I'm being honest. Like it's kind of your mentality of the entire thing. I feel if you go in there like expecting to feel bad or expecting that you're not going to complete this, it's just, you're going to fight an uphill battle and it's just going to be, too long for you to be able to do, then yeah, your mentality's not right. And you just have to make sure that before you do proceed with this, that this is something that you really want and you want to, commit to it. So when I first started, I wasn't feeling 100%. I felt okay though. I was staying hydrated. But yeah, I mean, there are some symptoms. My digestive system was fine. It wasn't anything crazy that I read about. Everyone's different, but I felt like, my body was really receptive to it, which was definitely a positive. But just based on my results, losing, so far 155 pounds, I still have a ton to lose. That's why I'm saying that this is, a lifestyle for me as opposed to just a diet. Like, I don't know if I'm ever going to go back to where I'm eating, multiple times a day as opposed to OMAD, or if I go back, to any carbs. That's just not something that I foresee for myself. I've just had too many results and I just feel too good. Like my body feels good, my mental clarity's there, and I just feel fantastic, if I'm being honest. But not only did the results that I've gotten kind of drive me to keep doing this and pushing, that was a huge factor. And once you see those results, I mean, once it starts happening, and it happens quick, guys. It really does. It happens really quick, especially if you stick to it and you're strict. But I think setting yourself up for success, it's one of those things where you have to be able to tell yourself that you're not going to give up on this. You have to get into that mental mental stage where you're just completely done with where you were. And that's where I was. I'm done. I was completely done with how I looked, how I felt, how I was eating. I was just just beyond done. So I think if you're at that point and you're ready and willing to make the change, then this is the diet for you. But yeah, going back to some symptoms that I had, nothing too crazy. I felt lethargic. I felt, nothing crazy with the digestive issues. The only thing that really was tough for me was the sugar cravings. For some reason, I have no idea why. And I'm not that much of, I don't really need a ton of sugar in my life. Didn't really have it. If it was there, yeah, sure, I would eat it. But it wasn't something that I sought out. But whenever I started this diet, for some reason, my sugar tooth was kicking in something fierce. And it was just things that I wouldn't normally eat, like ice cream, candy, all sorts of these things. And it really was tough because it just came out of the blue and I wasn't used to it. But again, you have to be mentally prepared to go into this. And then, of course, whenever you start seeing those results, it is just hard to deny that this actually works. And then you just keep pushing and pushing. But it just kind of depends on like how far you progress, in a month, because I mean, you want to keep adjusting where you want to go with this diet. Like mine, throughout the months, I didn't think I was gonna drop as much weight as I did as fast as I did, so I had to keep kind of moving that goalpost further and further away as I hit these milestones, and that's exactly what they were. Like I would hit, 25 pounds, 50 pounds, 75 pounds, and now I'm at the point where I'm at 150 pounds down, and it's just one of those things that like I still have a long ways to go. In my personal opinion, this, like, I know when I hit 100, it was one of those things where like that was my number. That was that one number that I wanted to see, was 100 pounds off my body. And when I hit it, I was like, it definitely made me feel really good, but my expectations were that I was gonna look better too. Which, losing 100 pounds is no small feat. But I had this image of myself, like how I was gonna look when I lost 100 pounds, and I still wasn't there yet. That's why I'm still progressing through this diet. Again, I'm gonna have, loose skin, I'm sure, as I drop more weight. And right now, I don't technically have like a number that I wanna be at. It's more so like, how do I wanna feel? How do I wanna look? If I had to put a number on it, maybe I'll take another look at this when I'm down another 20 pounds, possibly somewhere around there, and just kind of see how I look, ramp up the workouts, or, just kind of, you have to keep progressing forward with this diet. One number's just not going to do it, because if you do this right, and you have that mindset that you're going to complete this to get to that magical number you have in your head, I promise you, as you see the results, and like you will keep pushing yourself. It's just, it's become a lot of fun to me, just being able to see my body change. It really is, just a ton of fun, watching all of this unfold. But if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. I'm more than happy to answer them in the comments. I enjoy you guys, reaching out to me in the comments. So yeah, we'll talk to you guys later. All right, bye.